The motto of TVGP, comma, I don't know what I'm doing. Is Mixer going to stay muted? All right, Mixer stay muted. Ooh, someone just sent us an email. Oh,
perfect timing.
Jimbo Jangles. I think.
Who is usually here, so preemptively, hello Jimbo, when you get into the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, Boston. The Banffcast.
Yes.
Friends of the show. They have a Patreon too. So obviously support us first. If you have any additional money after supporting us, go support them.
Yes.
They just finished Torchwood season 2 as part of their Doctor Who U run through. Now, you're not a savant like me when it comes to Doctor Who, so let me put this in the timeline for you.
Oh, thank you.
The Doctor Who episode, the Doctor Who U next episode will be episode 50, and it's season 4, episode 1.
Okay.
Which is Donna Noble's first episode.
Hell yeah!
Second episode, technically speaking.
Donna!
But, yes.
Hitting the golden age of Doctor Who.
I am so fucking pumped about it, you wouldn't believe it.
I can't wait until they start watching him. They're like, Donna just fucking sucks. And be like, my heart, ow.
Honestly, way back when they actually started doing this as one of their patron things, I rewatched Doctor Who seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and Torchwood seasons 1, 2, and 3. And Donna still rocks.
That's good. It's good to know she still holds up.
Her season is not as good as it was the first time you watch it.
Right.
But if you include the specials as part of her season, even though it's kind of not, her season is overall, I think, the best level season. Like, overall, it's got the best middle rating. Because Martha's got some good episodes, but Martha's also got a fucking blink in her season.
Yeah.
So Martha's like down, up, down, really fucking up.
Right.
And then down again, and then down some more, and then
Martha
down some more.
a lot. I thought she was good.
She's a great character. They just fucking ram-handled the love story in there, so so go fuck off. But I think Donna's got the best median season. I think that's the correct math term for that.
Plus, she's just fun. I feel like I like that she doesn't take any shit from the Doctor, and she like gives it to him a lot. Where it's just like, hey man, stop being dumb. Like, that's right, Donna. You're the best.
I'm not gonna lie as well. I've got some knives ready to attack Harlow at the end when they get finished done with season 4.
Oh yeah,
because he's been shit talking Donna this whole fucking time.
How dare he?
And I got my knives out because some of the things he loves about other characters is exactly applicable to Donna, and I'm ready to fucking throw those knives in him and be like, motherfucker, if you don't change your mind by the time the season 4's over, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Right. He's got the Donna blinders on.
He does.
But I mean, anybody's better than Mickey. So.
Fuck you. No. Fuck you. Fuck
Mickey's
you.
not bad. I just always felt bad that he was like second fiddle to everybody else. He could have been so cool.
And Mickey is better than fucking Rose.
Well, yeah. Because I don't like Rose that much. I know so many people like Rose, and I'm sort of like,
I think the funny thing is I think when I first saw those Rose's seasons, I fucking adored Rose. But you go back and you watch him, and Rose is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, and especially when you got 3 fucking film critics tearing the fucking episodes apart. Thanks, Banffcast, for ruining so much of what I love. Like, they make some really good points. Like, Rose is just there to walk around a corner, ignore what the Doctor says, and get kidnapped by somebody. It's
oh
like,
no, Daleks are here, and the Doctor told me the Daleks are around that corner. Oh no. Thanks, Rose. Who was the other guy's sidekick?
You better not be talking about Rory the Roman and not remembering his name.
I don't remember a lot about that season.
Is it Amy's
guy sidekick? Yeah, Amy, yeah.
That's Rory the Roman, dude.
Okay. I stopped during the Matt Smith stuff because it was like a 1-2 punch of not really liking Amy and definitely not liking Matt Smith as a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But I think me not liking Matt Smith was probably largely due to writing. I think he's a good actor. It just his stuff is not.
He's in the fucking TV show where he plays Prince Philip, which is one of the scariest.
So good. Oh, The Crown is so good. Because he's such a petulant dick, and I think.
Have you read anything about Prince Philip?
Yeah, and
nails it.
Yeah, he really nails it, and I think just him sulking around in the background of that show is like, oh, that guy's such a dick. Oh, he plays that guy so well. Mm-hmm. God, The Crown is so good.
Yep.
Watched.
It's really interesting if you have a very... Because most people don't realize how close things happen. Like, have you heard or seen of the King's Speech? Where it's the king who doesn't like... Yeah, the king who doesn't like to do public talking. That's current Queen Elizabeth's father. And not many people actually realize that that's how recent it was. Yeah. Not like Queen Elizabeth isn't 99,000 years old or anything. And it's that was the 40s. It wasn't that long ago that happened. Yeah. And The Crown is essentially the story of Queen Elizabeth's, as they refer to her. She's the woman the lady who went up a tree and came down a queen. Right. Because they were staying in a place in Africa called Treetops. That's right. And she went up, and it's basically a cabin in the trees, so you can basically watch all the wildlife from up inside these trees. While she was up the tree, her father died, and she came down, and she was already the queen by the time she came down. Yeah. So she had to cancel everything and come back home. And if you ever want Game of Thrones politics, but in real life, go watch The Crown. Yeah. Because
it's so well shot too. And it's one of those shows that I really like that sort of takes its time. There's a lot going on, but it never feels like it's rushing through it.
Mm-hmm. I want to watch the new Doctor Who, but I don't have any way of watching it, and it makes me sad. Well, correction, I don't have any legal way of watching it, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I haven't caught any of the new stuff now that I think about it. I think the first season with her is over, right?
I believe so, yeah. And I think it's taking a year break and then coming back.
Okay. They'll give us a year to catch up.
Yeah.
/ probably not.
They give me 2 years to catch up on Game of Thrones, and I still haven't bothered catching up with that shit.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. Okay, you guys ready to start?
Yep.
Yes, I did see Bob's Burgers, 2 episodes.
Oh, which ones? I'm a couple episodes behind, so I'm curious if they're new ones.
I think these might have been slightly older ones. One was Gaga Ball or something like that.
Gaga Ball! That episode's so good!
Yep. There's that one, and it was either one straight in front of it or straight after it. Fuck. The ceramics place.
Oh, the hidden ceramics room?
Yes, in the school.
Two Frond episodes back to back.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the Gaga Ball one. Frond builds the Gagaplex.
I just love it because it's a sport that he can play. He basically says that anyone can play.
Right. I like it because I think it's one of the few episodes where Louise actually gets into something.
Oh yeah, where she's 100% all about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my other favorite stuff is when Louise runs into any dog and immediately changes into a much nicer person.
Yeah.
Oh god, that show's so good.
I should try watching that.
Honestly, okay, have you seen Archer?
Nope.
Okay, start with Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. Bob's Burgers, I feel like the first season of that, most shows are like, well, I'll just get through the first season. First season of that is actually pretty good. It starts off on a real strong note.
Yeah, it doesn't do the Parks and Rec thing where it's like, look, I know the first season is bad.
It's like 8 episodes, just soldier on.
Yeah, it doesn't do the Buffy thing where it's a horrible first season.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's Burgers start strong, and in my opinion, it just keeps getting fucking stronger.
Yeah. I'm really glad they stuck with it.
Mm-hmm. Man,
Okay.
Parks and Rec is a fucking good show. I should go back and rewatch that show.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day because I started rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, made by the same guy.
It's something I need to watch.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
watch that too.
I feel like that show learned all of its lessons from the mistakes that Parks and Rec made. That show starts off immediately strong. Like, its first episode is really good, and it just, season over season, it gets better and better and better. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember her name, but someone from that what's that Netflix show that just got cancelled that I really love and can never remember the name of? God damn it.
Don't know.
Are you talking about? No, wait, that. What? Describe it.
Cuban family living in America, single mother raising 2 kids.
Yeah, we just started watching that before it got canceled. A day at a time.
There we go.
Yeah.
That is a really, really, really good show.
Yeah.
And the Cuban-looking lady from Brooklyn Nine-Nine shows up in it. She's a cousin.
Nice.
She's a cousin of the family, and her episodes are genuinely hilarious.
She's so good. She's really good in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
She's also really good in Modern Family. She shows up very rarely in that.
Another show I've never seen.
Modern Family is a show I really like, but I bet it hasn't held up. Like, I bet if you start watching it now, it's like, okay, it's fine.
It's no longer modern.
Yeah, like, that's its problem. Is it's like there's
90s family.
Yeah, like there's a gay couple that's living together and they adopted a kid, and it's like, okay, cool, that's a normal thing now.
Yeah. Welcome to 2019.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to start?
Yep.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpier.
Hello, all.
And Monkey Senior.
Hey there.
I don't think we have anything to talk about at the beginning, so let's just get into it with Moonpier. What have you been playing this past week?
Okay, first thing I've been playing is, I don't know why it only just occurred to me, who is Monkey Jr.?
Did I say Monkey
No
Jr.?
Monkey Jr.
I know. I'm
Oh.
just curious who Monkey Jr. is.
No Monkey Jr.
Right.
Not yet.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
Okay, so let's start off with probably the biggest, quite literally the biggest game I've been playing this week. Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
I love how he forgets every single week. It's like, oh yeah, Moon was playing that game.
I've had a rough couple of weeks.
And I'll be honest, in your defense, I stopped playing games. So I've been having this thing where I like to call it "What Should I Play Jamboree," where I go through my installed games list. I hit A, it loads to the title screen, then I close it and load up a different game, and then it gets to the title screen, and then I close it, and then I load up a different game because I can't decide what I want to play. And I can't blame you for not remembering what I'm playing week to week when I don't know what I'm going to play minute to minute.
Last generation, this would have been a really big stack of 360 games. You're pulling them out and like opening it and being like, I can't put the disc in. This game already has a disc in. I'll just play it. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This week I started with Zelda. I'm off the plateau. I've finally done the training thing, so I have the weird hang glider thing.
That's a great moment when you hang glide off of that for the first time, where you're like, oh, this is cool. Oh, God, this world is big.
Yes, that's pretty much my exact reaction was, oh no. And then when I landed, I pulled out my map and I zoomed out and I was like, oh no.
It's a huge world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I've also already started finding the thing that everybody says talks about with this game, which is the Korok seeds.
Yes. Love those.
Because while exploring the starter plateau, I love the fact that they do this without any words, without any tutorial. I was in the mountains going for the last 2 shrine things I needed to get my last powers, which the ice one, whatever, who cares? But, you know, I love the magnetism and love the other ones, especially the time freezy one where you freeze a big rock and then you just hit it a bunch and then watch it fly into the distance.
Goes in the stratosphere.
So good.
Yeah.
Can you stasis enemies? Can I like stasis an enemy and then send him into the stratosphere?
I think you can stasis enemies, but I don't.
I think it's an upgrade.
Yeah, I think it is an upgrade. Yeah, because each one of them has a couple of upgrades you get eventually.
I did not know that. That's good to know.
I didn't use stasis a lot, so I don't know.
But yeah, so I was in the mountains, and I saw a circle of rocks with one hole missing from the circle of rocks, and I was like, "So there's a rock around here somewhere that I have to put in that hole."
Wait a minute, I've played games before.
So I walked around a little bit. I found a rock, I put it in the hole, and then one of the stupid little leaf kids shows up.
Haha!
And he's like, "Here you go. Here, you know, you found me. Here's a present." And it's like a Korok seed. And it's like, "Oh no, oh no,
699 to go." I found like 200 of those, and I was like,
Don't go for everything.
I'm a collector, though. That's the problem.
God, there's so many. I think there literally is 700.
Yeah, that doesn't, dude. How many orbs were there in Crackdown 2? Did that stop me from getting them in that?
Yeah, but those made such a fun noise when you picked them up.
And this makes such a fun noise when you realize you've solved a puzzle without realizing it's there.
That's true. And all the Koroks look different, so you're like, oh, look at this guy. He's got like a leaf for a face. That's weird.
Like, for example, I saw a circle of ivy in a pond, and I was like, well, there's very clearly a diving point above it, so I know what I'm going to go and do.
Right.
Guess what? Korok seed. Here you go, brother. Have a Korok seed.
2 hours later, you're like, wait, what was I doing again?
Yes, exactly. So I jumped in the thing, I got the Korok seed, then I solved the rest of the things, and I jumped off the plateau. I made my way. I'm following the missions kind of thing as close as I can. Thanks again, Angel Eye. He actually got me the version that has the DLC included.
Ooh, nice.
So I ran into it like the ruins of Hyrule. I found out who the old man was first and foremost.
Right.
Shock of shocks.
Right. Gasp.
I ran into the ruins of Hyrule and I found a book, and it was just like, oh, here's these stories about these legendary armor and this legendary thing and this legendary that and this legendary and that legendary, and it's like, what?
Right.
And then close the book, and then all of a sudden it's like, here are 26 different submissions for you. It's like, I'm guessing from the fact that these are all called, I can't remember the guy's name, like Minisk or Minute whatever, EX, and then a mission name. So I'm guessing that's all the DLC stuff.
Probably, yeah.
I later checked. I believe it is, because it's like a thief who stole it all. So I'm guessing that the legendary hero's armor is his green outfit. I'm guessing.
Probably, yeah. I don't think I know.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the legendary horse, I wonder who that might be.
Right. Wink.
I'm just not sure who it's going to be.
Starts with an E, ends in Pona.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, okay, that's fine. I'll get to these locations when I uncover them, because I don't know where Hyrule Field is at the minute. I'm guessing it's somewhere around me, but I'm not going to... I have uncovered 2 sections of the map. The section I was started in and the next section.
Well, and as you found, there's all this stuff in between you and somewhere you're trying to go, where it's like, all right, I just need to move like, 100 meters this way, except there's 15 shrines and 30 Korok seeds, and ooh, what's this thing? And oh, what happens if I bomb this thing?
I had to turn off the shrine detector immediately.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
Because it's like, nowhere where I stand does it not go boop boop. There is a shrine nearby, boop boop.
And you're like, is it above me? Like, burp burp.
When you're running through a cave, it's really annoying because like, well, I can't see it from here, you stupid detector.
Right.
So yeah, I'm running through. I got another tower. I did the Assassin's Creed thing of I climbed that tower and I uncovered the map. And then I thought, I'm not going to immediately start looking at everything. I just want to get to the first town. And this was Friday night, after doing a very long shift at work and having to be in work on Saturday morning. I'm sitting there and I'm playing and I'm thinking, just get to the next town. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to get to the next town.
Yep.
But here's a ranch. that teaches you about wild horses. And
oh, right.
There's this black horse that I really want to catch, but apparently I don't have the stamina to catch right now, so I ended up going with some stupid brown and white thing instead of the black horse that I wanted. I guess who's going for the legendary horse soon?
Yeah.
Me, this guy. So I got the stupid horse. I rode to the stupid first town, and I met the lady of the sheiks, the head of the sheik ladies. I don't know what her name is.
I don't remember anybody's name in a Zelda game except for Zelda and Link.
I think
clearly
it's
Epona
Ishta or something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember.
But she's the one who tells you about who you are, and she's got a stupid ball thing right next to her.
I remember that now, yeah, because for the entire game, never picked it up. But for the entire game, I was just like, I'm going to get that. I'm going to figure out how to get it. I'll get it. I never did.
Well, weirdly enough, if you go up a ramp right next to the town, there is a big circle thing with a ball-shaped hole in the middle.
Yep.
I'm going to wait until it's nighttime, and I'm going to steal that woman's ball, and then I'm going to take it to that thing, and I'm going to put it in and see what happens.
Did you find the ferry right next to that town?
I did.
Okay.
Because one of the people in that town was yabbering on about how there's a great ferry nearby, and I was like, well, it's clearly near some water, because all great ferries are near water.
Right.
It was near water, by the way, folks.
Right.
Got up there, got the stupid, whatever it is, the plant to unfurl.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me or a rupee is considerably harder to come by in this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, super hard.
Like, I used to slice some grass and get paid for it.
I had a job.
And now I slice all of the grass and nothing happens.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky, I get some grass.
Right. Oh, great. I'll put grass in my soup. Thanks, game.
So, yeah. So I freed the stupid fairy lady. She was like, oh, I can upgrade some of your clothes. It's like, I don't have clothes that could be upgraded right now.
Right.
So
I didn't do a lot of upgrading
useless.
on my clothes.
I don't know. I don't want to upgrade like the warm coat that I got because it's the first piece of clothing I got.
Yeah, like why bother with it?
Yeah. So let's see. Then I was like, okay, so I've finished the town and I've got the fairy lady and I found where the stupid ball thing goes.
Perfect time to just go to sleep.
I can totally switch the game off right now and not worry about it. But look, there's a shrine right there. So I'm going to go do that shrine really quick.
Yep.
And then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then I did the shrine. And then I thought, well, I'll just walk a little bit to the next town.
Right.
It's
I'll
right around the corner.
Look around. Yeah.
So, yeah, Breath of the Wild's kind of good.
Yeah.
And kind of terrible.
I like seeing that it's getting you in the same way it gets everybody. Just a little bit more. Look at this cool thing over there.
It was so annoying because it was Friday night and it was one of those things where it's like, if I didn't have to work on Saturday, I could have stayed up an extra hour, an extra half hour.
4 hours.
And then get told off by my wife.
Right.
But that's fine. I could have dealt with it for Breath of the Wild. The telling off is worth it.
Yeah.
But no, I had to turn her off. I had to save and quit and go to bed an hour later than I intended to.
Right.
But still, go to bed and get up and go to work. So I may or may not have plugged the Switch into my TV so I can play it while my wife is home.
There you go.
So
magic of the dock.
Yeah. Well, I see it's the magic of the Steam Link cable being just long enough for me to unplug it from the Steam Link and plug it into the Wii.
Right.
Into the Switch, I should say. So the cable's just long enough to go all the way behind her TV into the Switch. And I've got my controller, which is perfect because it's the Xbox One controller, and I'm so happy I don't have to play it with the stupid Joy-Con things.
Yeah, the dog ear Joy-Con controller.
I'm not paying $60 for a Pro controller.
No. It's really great, but it's $60.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy Breath of the Wild again.
Exactly.
Have you guys seen the Pro controller that's Zelda? Or has the Breath of the Wild Zelda on it? It looks so nice.
No, that does sound nice.
Don't.
It's like white and...
Don't tempt me.
Boston, mute him for me, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I love controllers, like I genuinely do, and I'm the type of person who previously, before being a grown-up, I was like, oh, my controller's got the most minuscule amount of drift on it. I will put this controller to one side and buy a replacement.
It has dust on it. Brand new one.
Exactly. That was previously me. I honestly think at one point I had like 15 Xbox 360 controllers.
Yeah. Well, those things, like, you buy a new game and it comes with 2 controllers. Like,
it doesn't. You just pay for the extra 2 controllers because that's the type of person you are.
Yeah. I'm actually having a problem with my PS4 controller right now. The right stick isn't working well, and I was like, oh god, I don't want to buy another one of these things. I have like 4 of them already because I use them too much.
Yep. Well, I think we are now officially at 6 Xbox One controllers in the house.
Okay.
And that's 2 elites, 1, maybe 3 elites. Yes, 3 elites. Because 1 just got destroyed. Like,
yeah,
completely and utterly destroyed. 1 day 1 edition. We got one of these fancy white ones.
Ooh, my day 1 edition is actually the one that my daughter plays with when she wants to help me play games.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
See, that's not bad. My day 1 edition is the one that has the dongle on it to play other consoles.
Ah, smart.
Feels like blasphemy.
Feels a little bit like traitorous.
I mean, any one of the other ones, that would be fine, but the fact that it's the day 1...
Yeah. Jimbo Jangle sent me one of those cool Arctic ones. The like white and blue ones with the grid on it. I love that. That's the one I use. Man, I love that controller.
I just realized it's not my day 1 edition. It's even worse than that kind of blasphemy.
Oh no.
It's my Project Scorpio edition controller.
Wow. Yeah.
That's the one that I use to play the other consoles with.
That's really good.
Yeah, maybe I should change that at some point.
That's all right. I mean, you're still getting use out of it, you know?
Yeah, it's getting more... Well, that's because I've got my Elite. I don't need any other controllers. I have my Elite.
Yeah. Well, does your Elite work with that dongle?
I haven't tried it, because if I do, then I don't want to resync that controller to every single console I have.
That's true, yeah.
But it's Breath of the Wild. I mean, number 1, it looks gorgeous on a TV.
Yeah.
It looks really sharp on the tablet. I prefer the way it looks on the TV, though, because it's on the TV and I don't have to use the stupid controller.
Yeah.
It feels like I spend 90% of my time complaining about controllers because they're all not the Xbox controller.
Well, and the Joy-Cons, like, I feel the biggest problem about the Joy-Cons is that they're fine. Like, they work as controllers and they're okay. They're just not great. And they're so focused on two people each being able to have one Joy-Con and like it having a D-pad and 4 buttons on it, but that doesn't always work.
No, especially when you've got hands bigger than a toddler's hands.
Right. Unlike mine.
Yeah, and
these
mine.
Tiny little mitts.
Yeah, I've got giant spider fingers. I once was literally called spider fingers because my fingers are really long. Like, thanks for that.
Thanks, I guess.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah.
But after Breath of the Wild, so Breath of the Wild, amazing. I will... what am I getting myself into? I don't have enough games to play already. Let's play a 100-hour game.
I think you're getting into a really great game that thankfully doesn't have a lot of dungeons in it.
Yeah, Symphony of the Night's old Game of the Year award has already been sealed for me, I think.
Exactly.
So, yeah, then I decided to take advantage of the Amazon Prime Nintendo account thing, which I love the fact that my wife tweeted about it to me and you, and like 6 people in our Discord channel all posted it on the same day as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It was great. So yeah, I took advantage of that and played some Tetris 99 because I need another BR in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, that game's good.
It's really good.
It's one of the dumbest ideas that when you hear it, you're like, all right, this is dumb enough to work. All right, let's try a Tetris 99. Whoops, you're good.
Yeah, it does what Apex does. It does what PUBG used to do. It does that very much thing of, I just finished a game. I've got time for one more game.
As soon as you mentioned Apex, I was thinking like, just hit the right bumper. Tetramino here.
Mm-hmm.
It's an L piece.
Oh, come on. The L piece is the Mozambique of Tetris, and we all know that.
That's right.
So, yeah, Tetris 99. It does... Well, number one, let's give him full credit for the music. It's the Tetris music.
Right.
That ramps up so quickly to... It's the oh my god Tetris music as soon as you get down to like lower numbers. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's Tetris 99. It's a battle royale that's Tetris. Just mention it because it's an amazing game and it deserves to be mentioned.
It's one of those few games that as soon as they announce it, you get it. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, it's a Tetris BR. I am pretty sure I know what that does.
Yeah, exactly. So I will get a victory eventually, but my rankings so far 50, 72, 30, and 20.
All right.
I'm slowly but surely getting better at the game, which is a problem because I've never been good at Tetris, and I don't want to spend time getting good at Tetris.
Yeah, that's what Tetris Effect did for me. Where it's sort of like you need to start getting better at Tetris to do things in this game.
Yeah,
I'm still not good, but I'm better.
If I can do this, if I can get a victory in Tetris, I will have a victory in every battle royale game I've ever played.
There you go.
So I need at least one.
I believe in
just the one. That's all I need. It's just one.
Actually, no, I don't think I got a win in Realm Royale. Oh, I gotta do that.
See?
Write that down.
I have never played the Fortnite Battle Royale mode. I have played Fortnite, but the normal
Save the World
PvE stuff.
Yeah.
I've never played the Fortnite Battle Royale mode, and I never will because I know that I can't Lego together a 6-story building like these people can.
No, yeah.
So I ain't going to try and go for the win in that or even play it. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, I need my win. It's so bad.
I believe in you.
I think I got my win like 3 or 4 games into Tetris 99. I was like, yes, I love Tetris. Tetris is my jam.
What's not to love?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, it's a great game. It's a good Tetris. It's got T-spins like I know how to do them. Yeah. It's got mini T-spins like I know how to do them.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. You know what I know? I know the up drops the thing instantly. That's all I need to know.
Someone was over a couple months ago when my wife was playing Tetris Effect, and she hadn't played Tetris probably since like the NES Game Boy days. And she saw my wife hold a piece, and she's like, that's cheating. You shouldn't be able to do that. That's cheating. And she's like, Tetris, shockingly, Tetris has come a long way in like 20 years.
Please don't laugh at that, because when Tetris 99 came out, I had to explain the whole concept to my wife.
Well, I think the crazy thing about Tetris is it's still the same game, but a lot of the systems around you know your Tetris grid has changed, and there hasn't really been unlike Tetris Effect and Tetris 99, there hasn't been a super pressing reason to play a modern Tetris game. So for a lot of people, Tetris was like NES and Game Boy, and that's the last one they've played, which is totally fine. But you haven't gotten like the T-spin and the hold and some of the swapping stuff, and that's totally. I think that's totally understandable.
The last Tetris I really loved was on at the N64, and we all know that. So
yeah, it was when things were getting weird.
Yeah, when things were on a ball,
right?
Like, I don't know. But yeah, Tetris 99, it's great. So my wife is on the let's clear out some games list.
The 70% rule.
She follows the 70% rule. Right. I do that in specific instances. I'm so annoyed because I've got like 6 games with 1 achievement left right now.
Oh no. The 99% rule.
Isaac, I have 3 achievements left in.
Oh boy.
So that's great. Which roguelike it fans, if you've listened to Binding of Moonbear Boston Rebirth at any point, towards the end of that we were talking about the items I needed. I needed the blue candle.
An incredibly common item.
I still need the blue candle. Right. I did 4 runs of Isaac this week, And the blue candle showed up in every single one of them, and I had 4 coins to my name every single time.
Sounds like you just need to start doing Eden runs.
I'm so annoyed. Anyway,
yeah.
Moving away from Isaac. Yes, I've got like 4 games, like 1 achievement left. What's the horror game that you love? 2D side scroll and make friends with people. Bonfire on the beach. Thank you.
Make friends with people on the beach. It's like the best description. It makes Oxenfree sound like a romantic visual novel.
1 achievement on that game is all I need.
Is it the silent playthrough one?
Make everyone hate me.
I still haven't done that one either. I kind of don't want to. I don't want Ren to hate me.
I don't want to be mean, but it's an achievement, so I'll probably go for it. The story goes on. 2 achievements left.
Yeah.
And that game's a roguelike, so guess what the chances of those 2 achievements are? But my wife is doing the same thing. Like, we've both had this like Russian roulette of video games going on where neither of us could figure out what we want to play. So we decided to play some Sniper Elite version 3, which we've had. We started this together when it first came to the Xbox years ago. We played like 2 levels, and then we're like, we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
5 years later, we're actually finally coming back to it.
Right.
I forgot how much fun those dumb games are. Like, it tries to take themselves so seriously. This is a serious mission, and I'm a sniper, and I need to get some elevation so I can get some height down and get a good sight.
Right.
But they're just dumb. They're just dumb. It's like the people who make bad action movies, but take it just seriously enough to where it's endearing, and not so super seriously to where it's just you've got no idea what you're making. And it's fun to shoot people through the lung occasionally.
Right.
Yeah. With us playing co-op, we don't get the full-on X-ray bullet pass through the thing. You get a very quick snap of it, and it's like a very quick X-ray. It's like if you did the Mortal Kombat X-rays in like 10 times speed.
Right.
Like it's a very quick thing like that, and then that's it. That person's dead. Move on to the next one. It's dumb. Like, let's not make any mistakes. It's a dumb game, but it's actually really fun. Yeah. Just to be able to you find a vantage point, and then you do like the guy on Saving Private Ryan when he's up in the bell tower, and he's just like, pew, you're dead, pew, you're dead, pew, you're dead, you're dead, and a tank rolls up and things go south from there. But you deal with it as it comes.
That's war, man.
Sniper Elite 3. I mean, the game looks okay. It's not great looking these days. At the time, I'm pretty sure it was chef's kiss, kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it looks okay. But you know what? We put it on the easiest difficulty, and you just basically feel like Robo Sniper running around, like just through it.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. But it's fun, with the exception of the fact that the checkpoints are horrifically bad in that game. You do 20 minutes of a mission, you both accidentally die because somebody shot an explosive barrel next to you. Sorry, wife.
Whoops.
And then you go back 20 minutes, and then you can't resume that mission from that point.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. It has its problems.
Yeah.
But Sniper Elite 3, it's pretty fun. We'll probably get through it, and you'll get an update from me when we've completed the story. So expect that. Next game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow is Magic.
Yes. I'm so happy this April Fool's joke was real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play Siege, Monkey?
I don't.
So this feels like a TCM.
Total conversion mod? Wow, God, I haven't thought about that in years.
I loaded the game up and I started playing it with my wife, and that's literally the first thing that came out of my mouth was, this feels like a TCM.
Right.
And I love my wife because her response was, what's a TCM? A total conversion mod. I don't know what that is. Okay.
It's like when someone remade the movie Aliens in Doom.
Yes.
Yeah. Except they redid the whole game.
Yeah, that's how this feels, because they've changed the voice lines for everything. They've changed the, obviously, at this point you've seen the color palette swaps. And,
yeah, you've seen that looks like Lisa Frank farted on Rainbow Six Siege.
That aeroplane is Air Force One in the actual normal levels. In this mode, it's called Air Cute One.
Great.
The pilot announcements and stuff like that go over the radio when you're in the level are all changed. The individual operatives, the people you're playing, their voices have been modulated and changed.
Oh no, that's a lot of work for this. That's impressive.
The announcer has changed, so it's now a woman reading it in like a cute playtime bedtime storybook thing, and it's not you versus the terrorists or whatever. It's you versus the meanies.
Okay.
So, well, usually when it's down to like 2v1 or something, it's like one enemy operative remaining, and instead it's this woman, and she goes, "One meanie left." And
that's so
like,
good.
The playtime thing as well. It's like it's not like 10 seconds to insertion. It's 10 seconds to playtime.
So good.
So it is a TCM, just from front to back.
Changed. Yeah, and the bullets are now bullet holes are now flower petals on the wall. When you get headshots and stuff like that, it comes out as confetti. So like you get a little confetti instead of blood spray. The amount of work they have put into this is ridiculous.
I don't think For Honor got that much content, right? They got Rabbids in the game. Yeah, but I don't think it's that much.
I didn't even know about that, to be honest.
Yeah, it came out on the same day, but not as good as the Rainbow Six one.
I mean, this is just... It's pure quality. There's like 9 days left as well in this event. And they've got like something Ubisoft, like with their Ubi Club challenges that they do. Like I've always felt they've excelled with Siege when it comes to this stuff, because you get in Siege you can get bonus dangly bits for doing challenges in the Ubisoft Club stuff.
Oh, like the charms
and things.
Yeah.
If you do the challenge in this, it's an additional pack to open to get the exclusive cosmetics which are unlockable for this. I loaded it up. You get one for free just by loading it up. And my wife, who's sitting next to me, says, "I swear, if you get Tachanka's head, Tachanka's gun skin, or some other thing which I've forgotten, I'm going to kill you."
Local man murdered, more at 11.
I got Tachanka's head.
Oh. What is Tachanka?
Tachanka is one of the operatives. He's the agent who puts down... He's a Russian agent. He puts down basically an LMG with a shield that you sit on, and you just go...
Oh, your wife's kitty pen, or whatever that was that she used to...
No.
Is that a different person?
Yes, Montang is the baby gate.
Baby gate, yes.
But Tachanka is like this big stationary LMG, does a whole bunch of damage, and it tears through people really quick. So he is bulky as all kinds. He's like a beefed up dude wearing 16 layers of body armor.
Okay.
Like, he is like, when you see those images of like foreign police forces, and you see like the Russian guy who looks like a bomb could go off next to his face and he'd be fine.
Right.
That's Tachanka.
Okay.
And his special helmet skin was rainbow colored and had a unicorn's horn.
Oh my god, that's so good.
So I got that.
Okay, of course.
And my wife was very annoyed.
I feel like that's fair. Yeah.
Yes, I keep telling her you should never say what she doesn't want me to get, because I inevitably always end up getting exactly what she doesn't want me to get.
100% drop rate.
Yes. But yeah, it's really, really fun.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine.
It's so dumb, like just going in and listening to the stupid things that have been done. Like I said, this feels like a TCM like I've not felt in years.
Yeah.
The character introductions, the hostage is a guy dressed up in a teddy bear outfit, and you have to go and rescue Mr. Bear.
Oh god, Siege. It's so good.
It's so dumb and so fun and ridiculous.
I was talking about this on Twitter. It's really nice to see a game that is often very serious. I feel like Siege isn't overly serious, but it's nice to see them have fun with an event or have fun with something like April Fool's Day. And it's not like, oh, now Rainbow Six Siege is a dating game, and it's here's just a couple screenshots. It's like, no, man, we're gonna Lisa Frank this thing up. Let's do it.
The round summary screen or the match summary screen at the end of every match, it drops the people in, and they're on plastic bases, and they're holding poses like the soldiers you get, like the army men soldiers.
Right.
Man. I mean, good on them. I don't want to hate the map that it's chosen for, which is the airport, the plane one. I hate the map because it's not in competitive multiplayer anymore. It's that impossible to win sometimes. But you know what? I don't care. It's so great. Like, it's the pink walls, the flower petals everywhere. There's rainbow lights going up the stairs on the walls. Fine, whatever. Yeah. I will play this mode. I will get the 40 drone kills to get my second pack open. It's so dumb and so fun.
I love it.
When April Fool's goes right, it's like this is the kind of thing that I really, really love.
You know, when I heard about like Ubisoft doing like that for Siege and for Honor, I was like, oh, are they going to do something for The Division as well? But I guess because it was so new that they're like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, come on, do something cool for
The Division. Give me a rainbow weapon skin. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they did, but unfortunately they don't. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
I expect it next year would be my response to that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Apparently there are issues with the PC version of the game. That kind of sucks. Sorry about that. But yeah, I just like the game. It's fun to play. So if you want to play some Siege, and I almost had an ace. Me, the person who doesn't play Siege, almost had an ace.
What's an ace?
An ace is when you kill all other members, all 5 members of the opposition team individually.
Wow.
I got 4.
Jeez.
4. I was so annoyed because I'm so close to having 5. It was like my first game back. I was like,
if I would get an ace, I would just quit at that point and be like, I've done it. I've done it all.
I'm pretty sure my wife's had an ace a couple of times. Like,
probably, but she's really good at Siege, so
yeah. You know. If you ever want to see some, I'm not even going to say high level because she'll tell me off for calling it high level. Some mid-level Siege play. Watch some of my wife's clips.
Yeah.
Also, LMG Club will forever be fun to me. We're just running in with everyone having LMGs and a wall of bullets. Yes. And my final game this week, because apparently I played a whole bunch of everything.
Yeah.
Astroneer. So, Astroneer finally came out of early access about 3 months ago.
Right.
So, as ever, on the ball with my new releases. So, they changed that game a lot.
Okay. Yeah, because you played it a long time ago in early access, right?
Yeah, the second it came to Xbox One early access, it was one of the few games that I make the decision of, I'm going to buy this now, I'm going to support it, dink around a little bit, and then leave it until it becomes, full release. I did the exact same thing with Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
The same thing with PUBG. I play around a little bit and then just break it off. Don't get burnt out. Play it when it becomes full release.
That was probably a little over a year ago for Astroneer, right? So it's been a while.
I think it might be 2 years at this point that thing has been in early access.
Okay.
Yeah, so they updated so much about that game, from little quality of life changes to controls to the way the game tends to operate. Like, it's hard to explain unless you played the beta version and played the new version. The game looks gorgeous as ever. There was a joke earlier today between myself and my wife. I was like, yeah, this looks great. What a great new first planet this is. Yep. Much better than No Man's Sky managed to give me the first time.
Yeah.
Because I got put on a fiery ball of death in that game, my first planet.
God, yeah. I'm still salty about that with No Man's Sky.
Yep.
Make the tutorial friendly. That's literally why it's there, guys.
But yeah, they introduced a tutorial, customizables, or your choice of suits, your choice of colors of those suits. There's a whole bunch of unlock options, and it was always in the game, but now it's 100% in the game. you can go to different planets in the same solar system that you're in.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
So certain resources are only available on certain planets.
Oh, no.
So you have to go to the different planets and experience the different things. But you know what? At its core, it's still Astroneer. I get a giant vacuum like Blinks the Time Sweeper that I get to suck up all this dirt.
Right.
I get to place my base, expand it out, use a research. It's great.
It sounds like it's a good game that is also very chill.
Yes, it's the weird inbred monster of a survival game mixed with a chill out game where it's kind of survival-y, but also very, very chill out.
Right.
So
it's like how Forza is. It's not a super arcade game. It's not a super sim. It's kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Forza, you have the option to make it as punishing as you want it to be kicked down your teeth. But
that's true. But
honestly, we were debating, like, we were doing the game roulette earlier today. Both my wife and I were like, don't know, want to play that? No. That? No. That? No. She suggested Astroneer, then she changed her mind, decided to play something else. I just launched Astroneer because, like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. She changed her mind and jumped in with me. This has been the both of us all week. It's just like load, quit, load, quit, load, quit, load, quit.
Yeah.
So we jumped in, and that was at about 12 o'clock this afternoon. And it was like, oh no, I have to go and record a podcast now.
Where's the time gone?
I was supposed to get a shower before I did that.
Ah, right.
Oops. I lost 3 3/4 hours of my day.
Right.
Thank you, Astroneer. It's...
Oh. Your wife just puts in chat, I'm still playing.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure if she's still playing, then it's probably... Actually, I don't know if it's still on my save file. But, yeah. Astroneer is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it used to have this thing where when you're building out your base, you have to build the next section of your base, and then it would like automatically expand the pipes, like the air and power pipes, and then it would plop it down where you selected that thing to be. Now they've changed it so that basically every single section of your base is modular, so you can pick it up and move it whenever you want to.
Cool.
And instead of these permanent pipes that come out and stick into the new modules, they look like Cat5 cables. Like
That's
they look
really
like
good.
They just look like these cables that you pull out and then you feed it to the next module and you plug it in.
That's pretty good.
The quality of life increases are so good. If you're interested in playing, come on.
Yeah, now's a good time.
It's a really good game.
Yeah.
And it's definitely worth however cheap that game is. And yeah, my wife is still looking for iron, apparently. So, yeah, that's fun. Astroneer, it was the best decision we made today to just randomly give it a shot and see if we felt like playing it.
Astroneer is currently only $30 on Xbox One and is Xbox One X enhanced.
Honestly, it's worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's on the PC as well, but I don't know how much it is there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. In fact, if you buy the Xbox version, it might still be crossplay, or play anywhere.
Astroneer is also $30 on Steam.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go. That's a good price.
Yes, for the amount of game that's in that, it's like Subnautica for me, where it's one of those games. It's like, oh, this was another game I bought on early access.
Right.
It's one of those games where it's like, yeah, okay, this is worth it, and then you realize how much game is there. It's like, okay,
just keeps going deeper.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. So let's head over to Monkey Junior. I mean, Senior.
Alright, what have I been playing? Crypt of the NecroDancer.
Yes.
I've actually loaded that up this week. And
funnily enough, this is actually one of the games that I loaded and then immediately shut up.
Yeah, like playing it this week made me realize I should have played this so long ago, like when it came out.
Yeah,
because I feel like when I heard about it, I knew I would like it, but then I just never bought it. and now that I have, like, I'm regretting not buying it.
Yeah. Well, like when they first showed it off, some of the biggest press around it was like, you can play this rhythm game with a DDR pad. And I was sort of like, okay. Like, I don't really understand what's going on. I was like, oh, it's a rhythm roguelike. Okay, that's way up my alley.
Yeah. It's, you know, I love rhythm games and I love roguelikes, and just the combination of the two is just, it's so good.
Tell me about the music, Monkey. Tell me how much you love the music.
The first level, like the whole first level, I really love the first level's music. The second one, I'm iffy on, because I don't know. There's something about it that's doesn't appeal to me. I can't quite put my finger on it.
I'm not gonna lie. The second level, the second like set of 3, that's my least favorite music for them all.
Yeah, I like 2-1, but like nothing really beats 1-2 for me.
I think 3-1 is going to take it for me with the transition on the floors.
Yeah, that one's good too.
Yeah.
Which, as soon as you get to 3-1, you tell me how much you love that music because it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I get there soon. I think I'm close to beating 2. I just have to actually do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
which bosses did you get so far?
I don't remember their names. I had one that spawned like a whole bunch of ads.
Oh, is it the chess piece one? Or the guitar?
The guitar, yeah. I think
was
it's
that
heavy metal? Or is that death metal?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Something.
Yeah. I
don't know their names. Yeah. But I mean, like, I beat that, or I feel like I beat that first level pretty quickly, because I think it was like 1 or 2 hours into playing the game, I beat the first set of 3. I was like, oh wow, that was,
man.
So yeah, that's how much I like the game, I guess, or that's how much the game is clicking with me. But yeah, I'm just working on the second level now. I think I can consistently get to the third level of the second level, but
the second zone, I think it calls it.
Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you playing it on?
PS4.
Okay.
And I did buy the DLC with it. So
right.
Yeah, it has a bunch of that. I had just had a thought, and now I lost it. You guys didn't play with the DLC, right?
I did on the Switch. It came with the DLC because I picked up an electric dagger at one point. I was like, "This a what?"
I don't think I did, because I don't think I picked it up. I have it on the Xbox One, and I don't think I have it there.
I think the Xbox One version, it came out like right after we had it on Wii Roguelike It.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, the DLC did.
Yeah.
Of course it did.
I think it was like the Mummy Demastered thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, so dang. I was trying to figure out what is DLC and what's not, because I don't know if...
Zone 5 and a bunch of items.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I accidentally went into Zone 5 once, and I was like, wait, what's this new zone? What's this? And it's like immediately dead. Just like it is so hard.
I should go in there and just see how it is.
Yeah.
And like, did you guys play with any of the other characters?
Oh, Moon did.
I made it. I didn't play with any of the ones you unlock on the process. Like I didn't play with like the bard or any of those ones.
Right.
I pretty much played with the campaign people. So I completed the game with Cadence.
Yeah.
And then I completed the game with Melody. Spoiler alert.
Right.
And then I completed the game with the third character. And then there is one more run to do after that.
The impossible run.
The impossible run, where you start on zone 4, and if you miss a beat or get hit, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
So
I hope I get good enough to do that.
I am
really
currently
like
stuck on that particular one, because that's the end of the campaign, is that last run.
Right.
So. Oh god!
Yikes!
I was just wondering about characters because I didn't know there were so many characters in this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I heard you guys talking about it on We Really Like It, I only thought like, oh, maybe 4 or maybe 5, and there's just a whole list of like the whole rebuild. Yeah, I was just like, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, I get to beat, or I feel like I'm going to play through all of the levels with all the characters because, like, this game is so up my alley. Like,
yeah,
it's really good.
Honestly, the thing that surprised me about that game is how differently every one of them plays. Because everyone plays a little differently. Now, I don't know if the cadence of Hyrule is going to be a roguelike. I hope it is. I genuinely
feel like it probably will be, because they mentioned a bunch of playable characters, so I'm sort of assuming it's the same framework.
Seeing in that trailer how all of the different characters are, again, it's like, okay, you've made this work with different playstyles before, so I know you can nail this.
Yeah, you got this.
Bring in all of those
When
characters.
Can I pre-order?
Let me do an Octorok run where you can only attack every other beat and you've got to jump out the ground to attack.
Yep. If anyone has shields, you're screwed.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the music for that. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
So good. It's gonna be so good.
I think they said they're remixing like 21 tracks. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Well, it kind of makes
the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That makes sense because it's something we just did discuss in roguelike. It is every time you play through that campaign with a different character, it's a slight twist on the actual music.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like new tracks for everything. It's like, okay, this shouldn't work the way it does. The fact that it's all in the same beat still, it perfectly works.
Yeah.
And yeah, the only other game I've been really playing, or well, other than Apex Legends, to just grind out the Battle Pass. I've been playing Division 2, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I hit level 30.
I did too.
I did not yet.
I've hit World Tier 1.
Yeah. Well, once I did that, like, and I beat the campaign, man, it just unlocks so much stuff.
So like, I played all of this solo except for like one mission, and man, that last stronghold was so hard solo, especially the beginning. It was just, I think it took me like an hour and change to go through that last stronghold solo.
Yeah, same for me.
But man, yeah, when they switch you over to World Tier 1 and that whole game changes, man, I was like, oh great, so now I have nearly double the amount of content I had before, and all of it is harder with now not 1 but 2 new enemy types, because the normal enemy type for when you switch over to World Tier 1 is there, but also in this latest patch, the faction that wasn't showing up, the outcasts, now actually show up. So now I have to learn how to beat those, because they have shields and bows, and that sucks.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think I beat it on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then immediately after beating it, I stopped to play Apex, and then the next day, I went back to it, and I opened the map, and I was just looking at this map, just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I had major analysis paralysis, whatever.
Yes.
I couldn't decide, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go read the specialties or the specializations. So I just read everything, and then I'm like, okay, that's good for today. So I stopped.
Yeah. Did you pick a specialization?
Yeah, I did sniper. I'm doing sniper for now.
Okay. I actually was gonna go with sniper, but I went with crossbow, because it sounded, looking at all the bonuses and all the special stuff, it sounded like it was geared more towards solo play, because it's really about traps and buffing and increasing a lot of your skills. And I was like, well, that's, I mean, you can freely swap between them, so it doesn't really matter. But that sounded pretty good. I'm really curious to see. So Tidal Basin is out now, so now we can get to World Tier 5, and the raid is coming out soon. Which I'll be ready for the raid in about a year.
Destiny 2 rules.
Yeah, exactly. And I know they're coming out with an LMG specialization when the raid comes out, so I'm really curious to see what that is.
Hello.
Yeah,
now you're speaking my language.
When they announced that, I was like, oh, here we go. This is Moon's thing.
Yep.
It looks so cool. I think they only showed a picture so far, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really neat how each one has a really big skill tree.
Yeah,
that was sort of more than I was expecting out of specializations.
And I think I only chose sniper just for the increased damage for the marksman rifles, because that's my main weapon. So
yeah, I think,
you know what, I'll just use that.
Yeah, one of the first skills in Survivalist is increased assault rifle or auto rifle damage, and I've been pumping points into that, and that has been doing really well for me. Although my loadout is totally different after this patch, and they totally changed how mods work, which is
I think
largely good, except before this came out, I got an extended mag, and it took my gun from 30-something bullets to 72, and I was like, okay, I'm a murderer at this point. And after the patch, instead of me getting up to 72, I now get up to 40. So like I can only get 10 extra bullets. And it's like, okay, that's a real bummer. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I don't like this work. I personally don't like the work they did with the mods, because having the negative effects really made you pick and choose like exactly which one. And now it's just, do I have
they changed
plus and
so yeah, Moon, if you haven't played lately, so it's basically they changed a ton of stuff in this patch. A lot of it is UI stuff, which I think is a lot better. It's easier to see like the 3 colors you have for your build. It's much easier to see that. It's easier to see what goes up and down when you equip new stuff. Most of the text overall is a lot bigger, which it is nice. But with mods, they sort of took away the negative effects for a lot of the mods and decreased the positive effects a little bit. Some of them got knocked down quite a bit, but I'm with you, Monkey. I feel like I kind of liked the positives and the negatives, because I could say, all right, well, this gun is going to increase something but decrease my stability. I'll have to equip something over here that will increase my stability back to where I need it to be, but maybe I'll have a little bit slower reload speed.
I mean, it should be that way, because like I had an LMG loadout where it's like, I don't care how accurate this thing is as long as it's stable, because I'm not aiming for headshots with an LMG. I'm doing center mass the whole way.
Yeah,
and
you just have to
tracking
hit a person
you as you're running across. Like,
well, one of the other good benefits they did for mods though is they pulled back the skill level requirements for like blue and purple skill mods, because before it was like I picked up a blue one, I need like 700 skill points. It's like, well, that
I saw one was like 1,000.
Yeah, and it's like
I'm never gonna get that.
When am I gonna get to that? So now blue ones are like 200 to 300. Purple is right above that. You know, the yellow are right above that. So it feels you can get benefits out of those mods much earlier than before, which is pretty good. Oh, speaking of mods, I didn't realize you could upgrade your not the fabrication station, but the one next to it, the crafting table.
The crafting one, yeah.
So I finished the game, and they're like, the game is like, upgrade your table, and I was like, oh, so now I'm not stuck making blue stuff. I can make yellow stuff. All right.
How did you upgrade it? Because I've been trying to figure that out.
I went into the table, and there was. It didn't even really tell me. I could just hold when you first open it and you see like the main menu. I could hold square and it would upgrade the table. I could do it like 4 times. So now I'm up to like I can make stuff that's gear score 275 out of it. So
I think you need the first one is to, instead of crafting blue, is to craft purple. I think that one is a certain main mission. And then all the rest of them are after you actually beat the whole thing. Because I did do that the upgrade to purple while I was still going on the main missions. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it was like beat that first stronghold or something.
Maybe.
As soon as I could unlock the first 3 strongholds, I just did them one after another, and I was like, oh, well, that's the end of the game. Okay, cool. Well, that's the end of like the first chapter. Now Everything is different. Everything is different, comma, everything is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I've played this week.
So, before you jump in, Boston, to keep it on Division 2 for a second.
Sure.
Is this the Schluter that we deserve?
After finishing it the first time and getting World Tier 1 and getting, like, the invasion missions, I think so. Because, like, going back and redoing some of these missions that are now invaded, they're way harder. Like, have you done the underground bunker one with the archives? Like, where stuff's on fire and you're putting out
the
fire?
Declaration of Independence one?
Maybe that was it. No, I think that's a different one. No, it's one of the very last ones, so you might not have done it. But as part of that mission, when you go through it the first time, you're like putting out a bunch of fires and starting these sprinkler systems and putting all that stuff out. The cool part is when you go back to that mission after it's been invaded, the level is the same as it was when you left it, so it's like you've already gone through, but it's different because of the enemies that you're fighting. Not only are they smarter, they have those stupid robot attack dogs, drones. Which I really... Drones I'm okay with. The robot attack dogs are the ones I'm really having a problem with.
Robot attack dogs?
Oh my god, they're the worst.
Okay. I look forward to getting this at some point.
I'm trying not to spoil it because it's really a cool... It's really a cool thing, and like World Tier 1, when you finish the game, like the whole game basically resets in a really interesting way. So you're going back through these missions that are invaded by this different enemy force. And man, is it tough. Like I played through that mission, and not only is it totally different, you're doing totally different things, but the number of elites I'm fighting in these missions is pretty intense. Like instead of fighting like a purple and maybe an elite at the end, it's like, no, you have to fight 3 elite bosses throughout the entirety of it, and they're giving me like 2 elites at the end of it. And it's like, cool, I'm still solo. All right, this is super tough. But it feels really good because I think I played for probably 40 hours for just the main, like up to level 30, the beginning of the campaign. And I cannot even imagine how much more content I have in front of me just to get up to World Tier 5. So, and it all works. Like, I've never run into a network problem. I've never really run into any huge bugs or anything. And I still haven't played most of the side quests. I've done maybe 2 or 3, so I have all of those still left to do. Division 2 is really good. I mean, the more I play it, the higher and higher it gets on my top 10 list this year.
Yeah.
As opposed to something like Anthem that had as many problems that an open world loot shooter can have. The Division 2 sort of came out and was like, hey man, we learned our lesson from the Division 1 and both Destinies and Diablo 3, and hey, we fixed them. Here's the Division 2.
I love that game. I didn't play it this week because I wasn't feeling it, but I still love that game.
Yeah, it's really good. I cannot say enough good stuff about it. Even after this big patch came out that sort of gave the community what they've been asking for, and the community's like, wait, not like that. We were just complaining. We didn't want you guys to fix anything. I'm running into the
video game fan argument.
Yeah, and I'm running into some minor bugs now. Like every once in a while, I'll run into a civilian that has died, but they're standing there in T-posing. Yeah, it's like
I see that a lot too.
That's pretty minor. That's not. And I ran into a bug the other day where I was taking over a control point, and I killed the boss at the same time all of the people that were helping me died. So I was able to loot the supply point and then come back out, and all the enemies had respawned. It's like, you gotta capture this control point. And I did, and I was able to loot the supply thing again. And I was like,
that's a good bug.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take it, man. I got that big orange chest.
Borderlands 2 meat stick bug all over again.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, go play the Division 2. It's super good.
100%.
No. I watched the first season of the Netflix Castlevania show.
How great is that?
Oh my god, it was so good. One of those things where I was like, all right, I'm going to sit down and watch this, and like 2 hours later, I was like, oh, okay, I watched that whole first season. Okay, crap, that was really
like
good.
5 episodes, isn't it, as well?
It's 4 episodes, yeah, 4 like 25-minute episodes, so it's nothing big. I started in season 2, but I think I need like a couple days to chew on season 1 before I pick up season 2. Man, it's crazy how much Castlevania lore they put in that show without really putting Castlevania lore in the show.
It's very well hidden.
Like, it opens with the scene of Lisa getting burnt at the stake, which is that bad dream that Alucard has in Symphony of the Night when he goes in that purple save spot.
Yep.
I was like, oh, cool, you just ripped all that dialogue straight from that game and just put it in this cool show. I like Belmont in this a lot. Like, this world-weary, half-drunk, just really upset but still does the right thing Belmont.
I love the scene at the end of the 4th episode where it's him and Alucard having a big fight.
Yep.
It's so well animated, it's so well shot, it's scripted so well. It's like, oh, thank you.
That was a really good climax for that, and it's nice to see Sypha in there from Castlevania 3, 2,
I don't even
3?
know.
It's one of the NES ones. That show's really good. Like, I knew it was really good from what everyone was saying, but man, that show is really good. And it was nice to see 4 great episodes, no time wasted, but that show is really good. And I'm really excited to pick up on season 2. Jangles in chat. So yeah, go watch. If you have waited this long like I have, go watch Castlevania on Netflix. It's really good. And it's really well animated. It looks really, really good. All right, we talked about Division 2. Enter the Gungeon. Farewell to Arms. That patch came out on Friday, so I've only really had like a day with it.
I love the fact that the font on it is like a goodbye note from the 40s.
Yes, the font is really good. So far, everything seems great. I didn't do that much in the supply drop update, so I totally forgot they put... oh god, what was that multiplayer payback? The multiplayer Cops and Robbers Bank Vault... Payday, yeah, Payday 2. They put a bunch of Payday 2 DLC in that game that I totally forgot about. Like the masks and a vault cracker and all that, like a duffel bag full of money, which is really great.
Yep.
So, like, I haven't beaten the past of the 2 characters they added, the Bullet and the Robot. I still need to beat the past on both of them to sort of start unlocking some of the new stuff. So I'm a ways behind, but that just means there's more Enter the Gungeon for me to play. I did get a new item, and it's a ticket to the gun show, and when you use it, Gatling Gull drops down and is a friendly unit for you. So
oh my word,
the boss of the first floor is friendly for, I think, just a room. So yeah, it's still pretty dumb and still pretty great, and Enter the Gungeon is one of the best roguelikes ever made.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of new vendors. I don't think I have the person for rainbow mode yet. So I think I have to go find them. It's very much like Crypt and NecroDancer. You have to find someone, get the key on that floor, and go set them free. So
thank you for the reminder, Monkey. Crypt and NecroDancer. Unlock the person on the zone 2 people.
Yeah.
Unlock the person in that cage on that
that
zone.
glass key person.
It is vital.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah, I always see either the glass key but no person, or the person but no key. I was like, oh man, I can't.
You get the glass key on the previous floor, and then you have to unlock the person on the next floor.
I think it's 2 and 3. 2 is the key, 3 is the person.
Yeah, 2, and 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah, Enter the Gungeon is great. This is a really great send off for that. And I needed a different game to sort of break me out of the 2 loot shooters I'm playing at the same time right now. So I think diving back into Enter the Gungeon is probably exactly what I need. So hopefully I'll talk about that a little bit more in the future once I start getting into some of the new stuff, but I've only started scratching the surface of that. And lastly, I did a lot of stuff in Destiny 2 this week.
Yep, you give us advance warning, so
I did.
So we've got our hot cocos ready. So
yeah, pull out
ready
the
for
pillow.
the bedtime story.
Yeah, it's ready to go. I got Moat Thief. Apparently, all I needed to do was complain about it on last week's episode, and then
I did love this, by the way. You talked about it on the show,
yeah,
and then literally within an hour, we got a tweet being like, "Yep, okay, got it now." Thanks
yeah,
for
I
that.
got it. I think the day after that, or no, I got it later that day.
I think it was that day.
Yeah, it was later on in the day, and I just had a really good match where I was doing really well against a really terrible team. And managed to get it. So I'm now 7 of 10 lore books done with for that title. So
That's not bad.
Making progress. Also making progress. I got connected with 2 of the coolest Destiny 2 players I've played with in a really long time. And we got Wishender, the bow in the Destiny 2's dungeon, the Shattered Throne. It's the one that comes around only every 3 weeks. Did that, did it wrong the first time, so we finished the dungeon and then went back and did it right the second time. So now I've got that thing that I need to use to complete 2 more lore books for that challenge. And that'll also get me closer to another title, because that was like the last thing I needed to do a whole bunch of stuff in the Dreaming City. It's really cool because when the Dreaming City came out when Forsaken launched, there are all these things that look like eggs all over the Dreaming City, but no one could find a way to damage them. Wishender is the way that you destroy those. So there's 40 eggs around the Dreaming City. Whenever you get Wishender, now you can start breaking that stuff open. So that's my new goal, is now over the next 6 weeks, I will be able to, every week, every time reset comes up, I will be able to destroy a couple more eggs.
So you're going on a hunt for eggs around Easter.
I am, yes. The timing is really good. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. Destiny is a very thematically great. Also a bummer, Destiny didn't have any April Fool's stuff. That would have been really great. Put out some sort of rainbow skin or something, a new rainbow shader, something. But also because I cleared out Shattered Throne, I'm now 1 step closer to Izanagi's Burden, which is that really crazy sniper that looks like a sword, where you can overload 1 bullet. You basically combine 4 bullets into 1 and just destroy stuff. It's really great. So I did a lot of stuff in Destiny 2 this week. I mean, I'm always working towards some goal, but these are weeks where I'm like, all right, I did a lot of stuff. Now I just need to do the Last Wish raid for the 1 egg you can't do solo, which is a real bummer. Bungie. Cough. But I don't want to belabor the Destiny 2 point, because I've just been talking about Destiny for now 5 years. Almost 6. So that's all I've been playing this week, so let's take a break. Castlevania is really good.
Yes, it really is. It makes me laugh, the Destiny talk. It reminds me that everybody has got one of those things where they sound like Lord of the Rings Silmarillion fans when they start talking about it.
Yep. And I'm so deep in so much of this stuff now that I'm getting I use this website called Braytech. It's braytech.org. If you play Destiny, you don't use Braytech, you really should. It basically collates, you use Destiny Item Manager to manage all your gear and move stuff between characters in your vault. That's the one you should be using. Braytech is basically for everything else. And they have, very much like PS4's trophies and Xbox One's achievements, they have listing of every triumph, but they also say how many other Braytech members have that triumph. So I'm
okay. So like true achievements, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like Xbox One and PS4 have it in their dashboard now, which is great. And Destiny unfortunately doesn't. But I'm like getting triumphs now that are like 15% of people are doing these things, like 10% of people. So I'm like way deep in the shit at this point.
Yeah, you're so far down the fucking rabbit hole. We need a rescue team to get you out.
Yeah, don't save me. It's good down here. There's so many exotics. Yeah. Speaking of, I forgot to mention Division 2, I got the first piece for that exotic hand cannon. I know there's like 4 pieces you find somewhere in the world. I managed to get...
In Division?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know how to get the other ones. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the Division I'm probably not going to do. Like, the Hunter masks, I'm probably not going to do that unless I hook up with someone who really wants to do that. Like building this exotic hand cannon, probably not going to do that. Running the missions on hard, probably not going to do that. You know, there's a...
No, the missions on hard, it's worth doing them. Because what you do is you wait until your top tier World 1, World Tier 1 top tier gear score.
Okay.
And in Division 1, what you do is, we were up to like, I think by the time we stopped playing, we were up to World Tier 8. So all we did was bumped it down to World Tier 4 and did them on hard.
Ah, sure.
So you're like 4 world tiers higher than they are, so you're still fucking ripping through them, and the rewards are good enough to be around about the same kind of level.
I wonder if you can decrease world tier in this. Because every time you beat a stronghold after world tier 1 is when it increases your score. Interesting. God, Division 2 is so good.
It really is.
I just want to play more of it. That's all I want to
do. This week it was one of those games I loaded up several times and was just like, just not feeling it right now.
Yeah, I just can't do it. Can't do it right now. Man. All right, you guys ready to do the rest of this?
Yes.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I like it. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of April 8th, 2019. Zanki Zero Last Beginning comes out on PC and PS4. This is a new visual novel sort of adventure game from Spike Chunsoft, the company that also released the Danganronpa games. So,
you're in.
Yeah, I'm very curious about this. There's a lot of dumb discussion around this that I won't go into, but I'm really excited to see what this turns out to be, because I haven't played a visual novel in a while, and I could be pretty into this, because I don't really want to play Steins Gate Elite.
Talking about the perfect games to break up your sleuting.
Yeah, play the polar opposite of a Schluter.
Just read a bunch.
Yeah. Dangerous Driving comes out PC, PS4, and Xbox One. The Dangerous developers made Burnout 3.
Yep.
Ooh. And that I'm not selling it short. They literally made Burnout 3. Just some of the terms are different. So
it's not a takedown. It's a takeout. It's not revenge.
Still
it's
takedown,
payback.
Still aftertouch. Both of those are still in there. The only thing is, like, instead of a burnout, they call it like heat wave. Like there's like there was that burnout mode where you like you're trying to use your boost a lot. They just call that heat wave now, and that's literally the only thing they changed. So Dangerous Driving seems pretty good, and I think it's only $20. So that's that seems pretty good, and they're working on multiplayer, and they'll be releasing that later. So that seems all right. Dangerous Driving. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy HD comes out for Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
I don't need more games. Thank you.
Yeah, if you haven't played Phoenix Wright, this is you gotta do that. These games
played half of one.
Yeah,
I think I'm the same too.
Yeah, these first 3 Phoenix Wright games are really good. All 3 of them are just outstanding.
Honestly, I think these are the type of games, very much the situation I'm in now. I still did it when I was buying physical, folks. When I had my DS, I bought a whole bunch of games based on what everybody was talking about. Played like halfway through it, and then, oh no, I'm playing Pokemon again because why not? It's still a 700-hour RPG.
Here's another Pokemon. Yeah.
Pokemon's really good.
Earth Defense Force Iron Rain comes out on PS4.
Did we just have an EDF game like last year?
We did. It was very recently. This one's weird because I don't want to say that there are good and bad Earth Defense Force games, but
no, you can't. There is.
Yeah. This is like they're claiming this is an EDF game that has a bit more of a serious tone to it, which is maybe missing the point of EDF.
What you want to do?
Yeah, it's like the one that came out, like Insect Armageddon or whatever it was. It's like you missed the point. Like EDF is supposed to be dumb, have 1 million levels in it, and like you complete the campaign on normal, and you have like a 2% completion rate. Like that's what EDF is.
Yeah, but imagine if they took it as seriously as Ace Combat takes its story.
Yeah, with still like winks and nods of like, this is weird, right? Like,
yeah,
it's still a little goofy. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It seems like this isn't going to come to anything else. This is a PS4 exclusive, which also seems really weird. So
yeah,
with the other ones?
No, they like came out on PC and Xbox One and PS4. It just seems really weird. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice comes out on the Switch.
Yep.
I think that's in our Game Club backlog. So we'll.
It is, and I also have it on Game Pass right now as well. Why have I not played it yet?
Yeah, well, you're waiting for Game Club, you know.
Yeah, we'll use that excuse.
Yeah. Cough, cough. Konami Arcade Classics comes out on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. This is 8 arcade games like Gradius, Life Force Scramble, Twin Bee, like some of the real classic Konami arcade games, hence the name. It's only $20. So that seems pretty cool if you want to go play really old Konami arcade games. You probably already know the answer to that.
As someone who's recently played Pac-Man and Galaga, you don't. Move on.
Maybe some of them are a little too old. Yeah. And lastly, Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 4 VR kit comes out for the Switch. We didn't actually talk about this in news stories when it came out, but Nintendo's putting out a VR headset.
Yep, and it's made of cardboard.
Made of cardboard.
Yeah, and it apparently works. So that's really crazy.
Trust Nintendo to come in and undercut every single VR market there is.
Hey, we're putting out a VR headset. It's $50. There you go.
I'm sorry. I also love the promo image of this, which is Mario holding that thing up to his face.
Yep.
Which is
so
great.
Good. Yeah.
Isn't Breath of the Wild compatible with this?
There is some Mario Odyssey levels that are in that, and that's the only one I've seen.
I don't know. From what I've heard, Breath of the Wild.
No.
Zelda?
Do it.
VR.
No.
Do it. Move.
Venture Beat. Zelda Breath of the Wild will work with VR. Both games get free updates, adding support on April 25th. Mario Odyssey. Breath of the Wild will be... The entire game will be playable in VR just without the cutscenes. Oh. Okay. It will still be third person. It will just be VR. Okay. Interesting. That's
so.
Not.
Do I go out and spend $50 on a cardboard VR headset, and then try and play it in a household where I have 3 cats?
Right.
And then what happens when this gets knocked off my head? And let me stress this next part for you. I break my wife's Switch. Not my Switch.
Right, that's the important part.
My wife's Switch.
Looks like the bundle for Labo VR is $80. So, I mean, that's still cheap, but... Yeah. Crazy.
Hey, Sony, $80, please. I'll pick up PSVR for that.
That's a no-brainer price point right there,
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Speaking of VR, Valve has teased their own VR headset.
Tell me the name and how dumb it is, please, because this is the worst naming ever.
Valve Index. which
it's a stock exchange.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make any sense. Yeah, they opened up a page. I'm not even gonna call it a website. It's just a web page. What that says, Valve Index has somebody holding something. I'm assuming it's a VR headset, and just says May 2019. So
is that an announcement? Is that release? Is that Half-Life 3 confirmed?
Right. Yeah, this is really weird because I forgot. I'm not keeping super close tabs on VR stuff. I forgot that Valve had that deal with HTC to put out the Vive, right.
Everybody forgets that the Vive is not Valve, it's HTC.
Right. So now Valve is going to be making their own VR headset for some reason. The thing that interests me is I feel like this late in the VR game, if someone like Valve that isn't really putting any products out is going to invest the R&D and money to make a physical VR headset, VR's probably doing okay as like an industry.
Yeah. Well, there's that opinion, and then there's also the opinion of Valve has zero management structure, and it's just a laissez-faire group of hippies all doing whatever they want whenever they feel like it.
Tell me how you feel. Well, and unfortunately...
Don't get me wrong. Valve, if you want to hire me, you hire me, and I'll come in there, and I'll make the best Left 4 Dead 4 that you've ever seen.
That's right. Well, and the other thing, too, is their Artifact has been an unmitigated failure for them.
And they actually announced it as well as a failure. So
yeah, which, you know, is halfway to fixing it. But it's interesting to see them come out and be like, all right, we're not having a lot of luck here. Let's put out a VR headset.
So, I know. That's it. Thank you, Boston, for connecting these dots. They announced that Artifact was the least performing versus expectations thing that they've ever experienced. They want to go one better, and they're making their own VR thing.
They're making a brand new Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
it's not really a VR headset. It's just the red screen.
Hey guys, stop me! I've got a way to make Artifact look like the bomb. Let's make a VR headset.
And let's make it not standalone like all these other headsets that are coming out. Yeah, it's foolproof. We'll be top of the pops again.
I wonder if they canceled the Steam Link for this. You know, like
maybe. I mean,
makes sense.
The good benefit of Steam Link though is that they have launched the Steam Link for Raspberry Pi, so you can just put a Raspberry Pi together and just install like the Steam Link OS on it, which is probably a much better plan anyway. But yeah, that would be great if they're like, Steam Link, whatever, VR, that's the future.
And then we don't stream your PC to your TV no more. We stream your PC to your eyes.
Let's put it right in your brain. And then that's what the Valve Index is. It just goes right in your temples.
It's the same way as the Steam Link, and it gets like $2. So $2 VR, yeah.
$2 VR, let's do it. That'd be great. I'd buy a $2 VR, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Next news story: Borderlands 3 gets its release date September 13th. I wanted to mention this because we love games that are announced and come out 6 months later. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
You did a Bethesda. Good job.
Yeah. Please do more of those. When the game is largely done, just announce the release date, and then whatever you're going to show at this point, I'll get excited to watch because it's going to come out in September.
Yeah.
So
honestly, if studios announced games when they went gold, that would be perfect.
Hey, we announced this game. It's finished. It'll be on shelves in a month. Yeah, that'd be great.
That's the thing. 1 month to 6 months, because then you give them time to get it produced for physical people, whoever those people are anymore.
Right. This guy.
And then you also give it time to work on any day one patches.
Right.
The 90 gigs of day one patches that you want to install.
Division 2. Division 2, which is twice the size of the Xbox One version.
I was going to say, do you want to correct your platform of choice on the end of that, please?
Yeah. Still weird. Do not understand it.
Did you play Doom yet? No, you didn't play Doom.
No, it's patched. The disc is in my PS4. It's coming. That's a good palate cleanser. Interesting.
Yes, it is.
Next news story, last one we got this week, is a rumor, another hot Microsoft Xbox rumor. The current rumor is that Microsoft will debut a new level of Game Pass alongside the disc-less Xbox One S. This will be called the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. For $15 a month, you get Game Pass and Xbox Live.
Where's my yearly pass?
Yeah. Where's my Elite Pass?
So that works out cheaper, doesn't it? That's fine. I'm fine switching out to that.
Yeah, I think it actually works out to being, if you buy 12 months of Game Pass, it's $120. If you buy 12 months of Xbox Live Gold, it's $60. And a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is $180. So it turns out to be the same amount of money, which is fine.
Yeah,
you get the two things you want anyway, so $15 a month.
I wonder if they're going to phase out Gold.
Just roll it into this. Like, Gold goes away, and it's just either you get Game Pass by itself, or you get
Game Pass with multiplayer.
Game Pass. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Because I feel like at this point, you sort of want both if you have an Xbox One. I mean, at the very least, you want Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, if push came to shove and you were forcing me to choose between one or the other, if I was anybody other than me, I would probably choose Game Pass above Gold.
Yeah.
I will choose Gold because I sit next to my wife and we play games together. Right. If I was Joe Schmo living alone, I'd probably go with Game Pass.
And we were talking about this at the end of last week's show about, the value proposition of $10 or $15. $15 for the two of these things together is a pretty good deal. You get everything you need for your Xbox in just one subscription. So that's pretty good. I would this is one of those rumors that, unlike the Sony one from last week where it's like, you can't buy games at GameStop anymore digitally. It's like, okay, sure, I guess. This is the one where you're like, yeah, you should be doing that. Like, I hope this is a rumor to test the waters, but that should be a thing you're doing.
Yeah.
So
and I'll be honest, it's just a big enough step up to where, or just a smaller step up to where people who are kids with their pocket money who want to do Game Pass rather than normal games, it's a small enough step up to where they won't have any issues actually spending the extra $5 a month to play with their buddies as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they can. That's a good point, because I feel like it's not $20 a month. And it's, if you're paying $10 a month right now, $15 is fine, and they get to play everything, and they get to play with their friends. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you, Microsoft.
Yeah.
If it's true.
Yeah, if it's true. Yeah. All right, let's move on to questions. We got a bunch this week. Jimbo Jangles sends us an email. Hey, TVGP. Hi, Jimbo. I heard a rumor you guys play video games from time to time. It's not really the focus of the show. It's more about like Netflix shows we're watching.
Yes.
But you're right. So I was wondering, what has been your least favorite main quest / mission in a great game? And what's one of your favorite / most memorable side quests you discovered while playing one of these video game things? Happy Sunday, guys. Jimbo Jangles. All right, so least favorite main quest / mission in a great game is the first one.
Anything where you have to escort anybody, and I don't care what kind of game it is or how great the game is.
Yeah. To me, like, the low point of that is like GTA 3, when you're doing car follow missions, where it's like you have to stay just far enough away, but not too close. Yeah, escort missions are terrible. Escort missions, especially when the person runs slower than you do, or like they run faster than your walk but slower than your run. That's a circle of hell. It's the worst.
Eavesdropping missions. I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed 1 through 3.
1 through all of them up until Odyssey.
Oh, God, it's so bad.
Yeah, you'd like be hopping from tree to tree, and some guard would be like, "Hey, what's that? Mission failed." It's like, no, I just okay. There was one in Black Flag where you had to like you were out in a swamp area. I think it was Black Flag, where you had to jump from tree to tree, but you're following a boat, and it's just the two people in the boat and you. There's no one else around, and it was always like, "Hey, who's that?" Mission failed. It's like, of course they're spotting me. I'm the dude wearing a white cloak at night in a swamp. Who isn't gonna see me?
It's very funny. Oh.
I'm starting to get tired especially in loot shooter missions. Like Anthem does this, Destiny 2 does this, Division did this a little bit. Like, go interact with this thing, and like Destiny will do, pull out your ghost, protect this point, and don't wander too far away from it. It's like, cool. There's not a lot of cover here, and things hit really hard. So if I could move a little bit, that would be really great.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 was real bad for the you better not stray off the mission path kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're talking 2 steps outside of a mission area, and it's like reload a checkpoint.
Ugh. Blech.
What comes to mind is the Division 2's what are the supply drops?
Yeah, God. They just changed those in a patch, by the way, where you get better rewards the more chests you open in a supply drop, but that means the first chest you open has like nothing in it, and then the third one has like 3 or 4 items in it. It's like, oh my God.
Okay, so you
much harder.
You don't get nothing.
Yeah, at this point it's like, oh, I found this supply drop. Cool. They've already opened 2 of them, so I'm just gonna leave. Yeah.
I've got a good example of an amazing side mission that I loved, and it kind of ties in quite nicely because it's a game series that I adore, but it struggled with its messaging, and that's Saints Row 2. The flinging poop all over everybody's houses side missions.
Right.
Were a moment of pure joy in a game that really struggled between, am I a jokey game or am I a Grand Theft Auto wannabe?
Right.
When you've got people getting killed in monster trucks and like fireworks shows, but then you drive a septic tank around a neighborhood and it's just spewing this thick, viscous liquid all over everybody's houses.
Right.
And specifically, it's making that
jeez,
kind of noise. It's so good.
That reminds me, actually, some of my favorite side quests like that were, I think Saints Row 3 and 4 had them. The insurance fraud ones, where you like throw yourself in front of a car and try and like after-touch in a bunch of other stuff.
Yep.
Those were good.
Wow.
I think Borderlands had some pretty good side quests. Like there's this one where you have to fight the Ninja Turtle.
That's right, yeah. And
that was great.
You also had Shooty McFace, the guy that you want to shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
He gets angry if you don't shoot him in his face.
Oh boy.
Borderlands had a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
Other favorite side quests from games. Oh man. I'm trying to think of like GTA 3 or 4. 4 had a lot of really bad stuff in it.
Yeah.
I never finished 5. So
I had a fair bit of bad stuff in it, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Far Cry side missions, or even some of the main missions, where they choose it to make ridiculous points. There is the barbecue party. That's all I'm going to say in regards to Far Cry 5s.
Okay.
There is the rescue the truck mission in Far Cry 5, which is when they start playing Barracuda over the radio while you're driving a huge truck down the road.
That's great.
It's not a side mission, but the Skrillex pot fields from Far Cry 3, I believe it was.
Right. I'm trying to think if there was anything good in 4 like that.
I'm sure there was. I just wouldn't know where it was at this point.
I feel like that didn't have a ton of really memorable stuff in there. Yeah.
I don't know. Never played Far Cry, so...
If you ever want a really
like
dumb game... Yeah, they're really, really dumb. Like, they genuinely are, but the mechanics feel nice and solid when you start to get used to how it feels.
Yeah. Did Assassin's Creed Odyssey have anything crazy for side quests? I feel like a lot of them were pretty standard for, or they were like, we're gonna do this treasure hunt that's you're just gonna look it up on Google anyway.
Yeah, and to be honest, the main things that blew me away in Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey was all the main missions.
Yeah.
The mythical beasts, the giant snake in Origins.
Yeah. All the tombs, like, you're going to see that stuff anyway, though. It's not really hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Yeah, that was a good question, though, Jimbo. Thank you. Ardivian in Discord says, as much as y'all are enjoying The Division 2, I haven't heard y'all talk about Easter eggs. Have there been any cool Walter White / Sean Riley-esque references like in the first one? Found the balloon from Pennywise from It in one of the sewers. That was terrifying.
Interesting.
Yep, I've seen that one. I think there was one I saw and I've forgotten it already.
I feel like there was one I just ran into the other day. I feel like it doesn't have a ton. A lot of them are like in audio logs or like a poster in a lobby or something like that, where it's making a callback to another franchise. But I feel like there aren't a ton, or they're just stuff I'm missing completely.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but Ubisoft needs to stop referencing Splinter Cell unless they announce another Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting fed up with this ass at this point. Because
in this one, they're teasing the next Assassin's Creed game. It's like, we know you're gonna make it. Just put it out, man.
Yeah,
you don't have to tease it.
Yeah, my wife talked about that to me yesterday. Asked me if I was bothered about the potential location. Well, that
Viking times.
Yeah, that's fine. Like,
I don't really care. I just want more Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What if it's Cassandra still?
That would be awesome.
I agree.
Yeah, you do some cool stuff with this Cassandra at the end of the game that I definitely will not spoil for anyone still playing the game. But yeah, let's keep doing Cassandra because she's really cool.
Yep, she really is.
Maximus Prime in Discord says, I was caught up in Borderlands 3 announcement hype and bought a copy of the Handsome Jack collection. I also did because it was on sale for $12. I can't really get the 4K patch to work yet, so I'm still working on that. But after playing it for a few hours, it's had the opposite effect on me. It's actually made me less excited for Borderlands 3. So the question is, have you ever seen a game reveal that's made you really excited to only go back and play a previous game in the series and be de-hyped? If so, what game / series? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. The only similar experience I had that was with Gears of War. So a couple of months ago, I had like all the Gears of War are on Game Pass, right? So I was like, maybe I should play, because I kind of wanted to play Gears 4 because I'm just the newest one. But then I thought maybe I'll go back to the first one and play through the whole story.
Oh, right.
I got like 2 or 3 missions in, and I was like, I don't want to play any Gears of War anymore. I don't know.
You've got your third-person shooting fix in Division 2 anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help that you're talking about one of the first mainline, what is it? What was the term for it? Like, where the cover-based shooter, where it was pop out and shoot and then hide back behind them again?
Yeah, what was the term back then?
There was a term, but I can't remember what it is these days. It
wasn't cover shooter. It was something similar,
it's like,
but not.
Was it stop and pop?
Stop and pop. Yep, that was the term for a while. Was stop and pop.
But
Gears popularized that subgenre.
Yeah, and I think it's more than 10 years old. The first Gears is now.
Oh yeah, I think it's
like 2006 maybe.
Gears
2007
release date.
Super long.
November 7th, 2006.
So yeah, that's 12 years old.
Yeah.
13 years old almost. So
it definitely feels like it.
Dude, just play 4.
Yeah, I should just try to go to 4.
And then, like, the leap between Gears 1 and Gears 2 when they came out was huge. I feel like Gears 1 was good, and we played Gears 2, and it's like, oh, you got it this time. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So here's a plot summary of Gears 1 through 3 for you. There are bad guys. They kill the bad guys.
Yeah.
People die along the way. Play 4.
Look at all that juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coltrane is still really good.
Coltrane runs on whole grain, baby.
That's right. I feel like I'm trying to think of any time. Most of the games I really love don't get sequels. So like
Alpha Protocol.
Yeah, Alan Wake, like.
Yeah, don't mention that when you're talking to this household, please. It's like that's like a specter in this household.
Ooh, Alan Wake needs a sequel. Ooh.
Honestly, if you ever wanted to, like, Remedy, if you're listening to this at any point in time, please announce an Alan Wake 2, because that way I don't have to buy my wife a birthday present, a Christmas present, or a birthday or Christmas present for the following year, because you're doing what I'm asking.
Right. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Like, most of the longer running series I like are gonna get sequels, like Assassin's Creed, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy. I guess not Metal Gear anymore.
Glad you said Dragon Quest and not Dragon Age, because at this point that is up in the air.
Dragon Age is getting a sequel, but we will see what it's gonna be. We talked about this on Pup, I think this last episode, if not the previous one. The Dragon Age sequel is really easy. You basically just continue the storyline and keep pretty much everything from Inquisition, and I think most people would be really happy.
Yep.
But they probably will not do either one of those, and that really sucks.
True.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if there's anything more popped into my head, but I mean, I tend not to get dehyped. Like, that's the big thing for me, is I tend to try and maintain a level of cautious optimism at
medium
everything.
Hype.
I don't care if it's my soccer team is doing well right now. They are, by the way.
Congratulations.
My Formula 1 team is doing well right now.
Nice.
They are, by the way. I all of this stuff, video games, movies. No, guess what? Endgame comes out soon. I am cautiously optimistic about one of the biggest cinematic experiences to happen in the last 25 years, because I don't want to get hyped.
You are a 5 out of 10 hyped.
Yes,
medium,
I am always
medium well hyped.
I was born and I will die cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Like, that's me in a nutshell.
Right. Well, I feel like it's so easy, especially with games, to get so hyped for years and years and years when they talk about this stuff, and then for it to come out and just kind of, you know, Anthem is the most recent one where it's like, yeah, and it comes out and it just goes a plop, you know, it's sort of like, oh, okay, great. I did it for Destiny 2.
As somebody who adored the First Division game, when they come out and talk at an E3 showcase, not about the build-up, not about the plot, but they come out at an E3 press conference and only talk about Endgame.
Right.
That is setting the hype train to realest of reals.
Choo-choo.
Yet still, I was like, okay, we'll see what it's like when it comes out.
Interesting. Yeah.
You got some good thoughts there. Let's see what we can do with it down the line.
You'd be great on a board of directors when, like, someone's presenting to you and you're like, interesting thoughts. I see. Interesting. Thank you. Next person, please.
Yeah.
And inside you're like, yes. Man. Last couple of questions here from T-Bomb Rocks in Discord. With Sony heavily investing in PSVR and having a solid lineup of games, Oculus having a standalone headset in Go and a more powerful headset in the S without VR sensors seems to be moving in a direction that can appeal to the masses. How many more iterations of headsets do you think it will take for the doubt in VR to go away by the ones holding out?
I can tell you how many headsets. However many headsets it takes to create the Oasis from Ready Player One, because that will be the end of society as we know it.
Yeah, I feel like the big thing for the second gen of headsets is really coming out now, where it's just the headset. It doesn't have this cable hooked up to your PC or a laptop or whatever. Like, the real thing people want is just you put on the headset and you play the games. You don't have to worry about if it's streaming from somewhere, fine, whatever. If it's in the headset, that's even better. But like that's really what you want. You want to put on the headset, slide your Switch right into it, and then you're playing Breath of the Wild.
I hate you for taking that joke away from me, because I was about to say, oh boy, does Nintendo have some cardboard for you.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that between that and price, that's really the thing. Is like remove the cable and bring it down from like $500, which it's not nearly that much anymore.
I think it's all about the inside out as well for me. Like you can't have outside in tracking anymore. Like no, yes, the early adopters probably have the space to have like lighthouses up on every corner of the room.
Right. They have a free bedroom to run VR.
Hey, I have the space. The space I do my thing in, this would be the perfect VR space. I don't have the disposable income or the PC to do it, but I have the space. I am an exception to that rule. Do you? I'm assuming you don't have the space, Boston.
No, not really.
Monkey, does Dory have the space?
Yeah, I think I have the space. Just this room. But
yeah. But I like part of what I want to do is I'd rather sit with the VR headset in and be immersed in a place while I'm still using a controller, I think, as opposed to standing up and moving in a physical space. Like that for me is less appealing. Mostly because I hurt all the time. I want the less movement I can do, the better.
For me and you, it's age, cats, kids.
Yeah.
Probably inverse order of that for you. For Monkey, it's probably just laziness.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like how you agree with that. You're like, yeah, that's fair.
Come on, he's got the chilled attitude of like a 12-year-old going on here.
Right.
Like, yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
His other question is, with the recent article being published about why Sekiro Shadows Die Twice does not have an easy option, it gets me thinking. I generally play games on easy so I can enjoy the story. While I play From Software games, I go into it knowing it's going to be tough until I learn the mechanics. I'm torn because I want gamers to have a choice in how they play, but also feel how you make these games easier if they're just generic action games. What are your thoughts? I was hoping we wouldn't get into this topic because
a lot of thoughts.
Honestly,
on this.
I do not want to answer this question right now because the terminology specifically is what causes issues here, and I'm not going to wade hip first into the quote unquote easy versus accessible argument.
Yeah, because the argument that is shaking loose, especially on Twitter over the last week, there's two arguments, like Moon is saying, that people are getting confused about. One is, does an easy mode in a game that is typically regarded as difficult ruin that experience? And the other argument is, and I don't want to weigh in on that one because I don't care. I don't. Like, games should have multiple difficulty modes. I don't really care if your baby feelings get hurt because someone beat Sekiro on easy mode. I don't really care.
Sorry, the phrasing you used there was perfect because it's people with their baby feelings getting hurt because other people played their game on quote unquote baby mode. It's like, who gives a D?
If someone beats Halo 3 on Legendary, that's fine. I will beat Halo 3 on easy, and that's fine too.
And that's fine too.
And shut up. But the other half of the argument is the thing I care a lot about is, should more games be more accessible, especially to those that have some level of disability? And the answer to that is yes. And if you don't agree with that, you're kind of a D. It's like what a lot of people are saying is like, the thing in Sekiro is like, maybe the comparison people are making are between Sekiro and Celeste, where Celeste has, you can get an extra jump and you have infinite whatever, and you can, the game's still going to be difficult, but if your reaction time is slower for some reason, or you need a little bit of extra help, that's fine. The game's still going to be hard. You can just play it. And people are saying in Sekiro, it's like, well, maybe there can be accessibility options for slowing down the game a little bit, or having more resurrections, or I don't know the main mechanics behind Sekiro, but trying to
dragon sickness.
Yeah, something about dragon sickness. you know, but comparing it to Celeste is not a worse game because more people can play it. It's a better game because more people can play it.
Nominated for one of the game of the years at the Game Awards. So
yeah, like it won so many, and a lot of it is because people can look at it and say, well, I can play this tough as nails platforming game in the way that suits my needs. And if you don't need any of that stuff, you just leave it off. You just leave all the assist mode stuff off and you play it. Like, that's how I played it. And I know when we played Game Club, there was some mixture of assist stuff that people were playing on all across the community.
I did it hard as nails.
But like, that doesn't make me better than anybody else because I played it on the default settings. It just means I finished the game, and I finished a really great game that meant a lot to me. And
I mean, I bump into this all of the time because even before this whole thing kicked off, which I am glad that this is being talked about. I am genuinely glad that this is...
Go support able gamers.
Yeah, I'm glad that this is a discussion that has come up. Of course, it had to be at the expense of... Not expense is probably bad phrasing there. It had to be on a game which has got the most BS, babyface, oh, you're not doing it right kind of Dark Souls
the get good, try hard people.
Yeah. Of course, it was that game that kicked off. Why wouldn't it be?
Of course, it's a From Software game and not literally any other game.
Yeah, but you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Guess what? I played a lot of the original Dark Souls. I played by summoning people in and out. Yep. Does that make me playing it less or better?
Spoiler alert, that's the easy mode.
I know.
What a lot of people don't realize is like, that's Dark Souls easy mode, is you can't or don't want to do it by yourself. You bring someone else in. That's the easy difficulty.
Until the guy who's done, man, I know someone's done this, until the guy who did the full Dark Souls games, I think he's done all of them so far, except for maybe this one, naked with the base level sword, beat the entire game until
that guy just did the whole franchise without getting hit back to back. Like, you can still do that.
Crazy.
Yeah. If you want to play hard mode, go do that. That's fine. Like, I play games on the hardest difficulty because I am an achievement hunter.
Right. Well, and you find that rewarding. Like, that's part of what you find enjoyable about these games.
Exactly. And okay, so let's say I play Sekiro and they introduce an easy mode. Just like Celeste doesn't do this, which I appreciate Celeste not doing it because Celeste is hard.
Yeah.
It is a very difficult game. If they do what other games do, where it's like, you put it on this difficulty, you get the story-based achievements, that is it. You don't get any of the challenge-based achievements.
Right. Or like, you don't get the real ending in the last chapter because you played it on easy. Like that...
Even if it's
that stuff's been going away, thankfully.
Even if it's something like that, just to get these stupid man-children to shut up. Okay, you played it on the hardest difficulty, you get the achievement. Anybody who changes it doesn't. That's fine. Who cares?
Right.
Enjoy your games, play it for you. Stop taking away the happiness of other people, because my God, it's 2019 and there is enough of that stuff going on without getting video games involved.
Yeah, the world sucks. Let's play some video games. Winemaker Joe in chat says, people just need to respect each other in their gaming enjoyment. I think that's the core of it, is like, you need to respect someone else when they say, I would like to play X or watch something or read something or experience this thing, and I can't, but making this change, whether it's large or small or whatever, would mean that myself and other people like me would be able to experience this thing. For you to say, shut up, get good, that sucks, dude. Like, that's you're being really terrible to another human being.
I mean, my father-in-law is deaf, so on his TV in their house, subtitles are always on. Are you going to tell me and tell him that he is not experiencing the full enjoyment he could at Hot Rods 2019 on the Discovery Channel or whatever, because he's not seeing the whole of the screen because he has to have subtitles on? Would you say that to him?
Everything in my house.
Me too.
So do I.
Yeah. I love subtitles. Subtitles.
But are you going to shame someone who's deaf for having subtitles on because they cannot hear what's going on? Like,
why don't you just get better and try and hear? Like that's what you're saying. Like,
I hate to phrase it this way. Take your gamer privilege, put it in a box, and throw her in the ocean, please.
After setting it on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We typically try not to get into these topics. Not to say T-Bomb's question wasn't good. I don't want to say that. Thank you, T-Bomb, and thank you everyone for sending your questions. It makes the show better. We typically try to stay away from a lot of these topics because we want to be the show that is an escape as much as games can be an escape for the daily stuff. Like, the world kind of sucks right now, and for 2 hours a week, I'd rather not remind you of that. I'd rather talk about how we can't decide how to play a video game because we have too many of them. Like, I'd rather talk about embarrassment of riches rather than something terrible.
It's something I do every week. I will come on this show having played the poopiest of the poop games.
Yep.
And I will still always find one positive thing about it.
Yep.
Like, okay, the Lego games. Yeah, they're for kids. Yeah, they're simple. Yeah, they're dumb. Yeah, they're stupid. But have you seen some of the achievements they make? Quality achievement making right there.
Yep.
Lego Marvel Avengers, Human Torch, Cap America. Play them both together, you will unlock an achievement called Hey, Don't I Know You? Because it's the same character who played them both.
The pinnacle of achievements.
They are so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop being jerks to people. I will just say that. No, 2 things. Also. Number 1, Nazis are bad. Number 2, stop being jerks to people. That's all. That's all. That's what I learned from Wolfenstein. Both of those lessons. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for listening to our episode. We'll go out on a high note here. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us on the right-hand side of the page. patreon.com/E1M1, the ones are numbers. Get all the cool behind-the-scenes stuff. We had a really good discussion about a bunch of stuff, a bunch of TV shows and what our favorite milkshakes are in the Outcast this week. Yeah, if you're $2 or higher, you'll get the all that stuff. Game Club, we're still going through Super Hot. We probably have about 15 more weeks of that. If you're not listening to We Rogue Like It, that show is really starting to kick off. We just recorded for the patrons. We just recorded our 7th ranking thing. The scientists come back together to rank these games. That's in your feed now, or if you're a patron, it's in your feed too. And I think that's it. Thank you, Monkey, for joining us for the last 3 weeks. We're doing a trial of a couple people, so we're going to scooch Monkey out for a bit here so we can have our next person on. So appreciate you being on the show. Thank you.
Yep, it was good times. Good times.
Yeah. And we'll see you all next week.
See ya.
Okay, I have a lot of titles. Monkey, do you have any?
What was that?
Do you have any titles?
Oh, Who is Monkey Jr.?
I had that one, yeah.
The Mozambique of Tetris.
I got that one, yeah.
I got that one.
Bonus Dangly Bits.
Does that get vetoed?
Probably. I like how it sounds, but I don't. What were we even talking about? Oh, Siege.
Siege, yeah.
Yeah, the little charms. Yeah.
And what does that say? Medium well hyped.
I didn't even write that down.
Jimbo in chat. Breath of the Switch.
Did I say that again?
It might be me for all I know, dude.
Breath of the Switch. I always say Breath of the Switch. I don't know why. My brain. All right, Moon, what titles do you have?
It feels like blasphemy. Complaining about controllers. Mozambique of Tetris. 100% drop rate. Ticket to the Gun Show. Hold on a minute. Stop being jerks to people. And what I learned from Wolfenstein.
What I learned from Wolfenstein is good. What I learned from Wolf. I have Who is Monkey Jr.? What Can I Play Jamboree?
I forgot all about that one.
Yeah. Spider Fingers.
No, I'm vetoing that.
I'm going to cross that out. Cross. Stupid Leaf Kids. That one's good. Mozambique of Tetris. Tetramino here. Air Cute 1. TCM. Just TCM.
Yep.
I Will Die Cautiously Optimistic. Just one I really like.
Oh, crap, that's really good.
Medium well hyped, Breath of the Switch, and What I Learned from Wolfenstein. I really like I Will Die Cautiously Optimistic.
For me, it's a tie between that one and the Mozambique of Tetris, because I love the phrasing on the Mozambique of Tetris.
The same, yeah.
Here's a question, Boston. Is I Will Die Cautiously Optimistic a bit too long?
It is a bit too long.
I like them both, but they're both kind of long.
I feel like if you look at Mozambique of Tetris, I feel like that's one where you're like, okay, I don't understand that sentence. That to me is a winner.
Yeah.
I'll vote for that one. I think that's the one we should go with.
What to say for it, though?
See, I've got one already, but it's stealing a line from the show, and I don't want to trip you up. Because we've had it before where one person has said something and it's completely thrown the other person off their game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send to Monkey what I'm going to say in Discord.
Okay, yeah, see, I have the easy job. I just say the title.
Say it.
From my seat of leisure.
There you go. That's what I'm going to say.
Right. Gotcha.
There's been several instances on this show with 3 people where 2 people have had the exact same idea for what to say, and I've stolen the easy one. I know I stole the easy one, and I'm sorry, but I had to.
It's okay. I think I got something.
Okay. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 598 for April 8th, 2019. Mozambique of Tetris.
LP's here.
Please buff the Mozambique.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us live. We'll see you next week. Bye.